Okay, I call tonight's working session of the Dalton Select Board to order. And one of the main things we were going to do is go through the hazard mitigation plan update with any changes. What I gather is that you sent your comments in already, right? And you sent yours.
Yes, I sent mine.
So I have mine here. I can type them up and send them in.
Okay.
Do you want any background on this? Did
A
you?
little bit about it, and I did look over it.
Okay. And most of mine are pretty minor. One thing I was concerned about on page 37. Which is dealing with the floodplain construction. It says, construction requirements. The Board of Selectmen reviews all building permit applications for new construction or substantial improvements to ensure that proposed sites are reasonably safe from flooding. This section also outlines requirements to prevent flooding. We don't have any process for building permits or reviewing building permits. What I'm worried about is under our floodplain regulations, are we supposed to be doing that if anything's built in the floodplain? Do you remember?
I don't know.
Okay,
I'm not sure. I would have to find out.
That's
Okay.
something the planning board would look over.
no, because they don't deal with building permits. Hey, Ron, we just started. I was just saying, I think Paul and Jeanette have sent their comments in already. I have my cryptic notes here.
For the
The flood-
hazard mitigation plan,
Yeah, I've sent one.
You said your comments in?
I didn't see anything that stood out aside from a few little.
Yeah, most of mine
glitches
are-
in email addresses and stuff.
Most of mine are pretty minor. There's one I was concerned about, and this is under the floodplain
Yeah,
section on page 37, construction requirements. The Board of Selectmen reviews all building permit applications for new construction or substantial improvements to ensure that proposed sites are reasonably safe from flooding. This section also outlines requirements to prevent flooding. We don't do that.
I would.
But
think
I
it should
wondered
just
if
be
we're supposed to
stricken.
for floodplain building, because we just don't have any building in the floodplain, or we haven't in the last
yeah, exactly.
7 years. So we might be required to under the floodplain regs.
I would think that that would be covered. I mean, I know we don't have zoning and we don't have to get a permit, but because of the floodplain, I would think that it would be restricted to build
I think so too.
in a floodplain area.
Yeah.
I
So
would
maybe we'll
hope
just leave it for now, and
maybe.
we might just have to tighten up things we do in the town.
This will
if
get
that's-
updated, these get updated every year, they kind of get reviewed and then updated if they need to be, so. But yeah, I'm not sure, it makes it hard when you don't have any zoning of any kind to.
And no requirement for building permits or anything,
It's crazy,
you know?
yeah, people just, you mention that to people and they just go, you gotta be kidding me.
I mean, I know at one point we talked about having a process of people. I can't remember what the term was, basically letting us know when they're gonna build something. But there wasn't enough momentum to move that forward.
Yeah,
I mean, that would be good so that we can let Ron know so he can be in touch with them about fire codes and things. Not that we're gonna hold things up.
the problem is it does though, if they're not smart about it. Like
Yeah.
Under Canvas has been really, they've been right on top of that, and I just got a bunch more stuff from them today, actually. But
Yeah.
if they wait, they build this stuff, then all of a sudden they need a permit. And then I have to go in and go through that whole they could be held up opening for months. Because we didn't even know that it was going on until, you know, something's gonna come out of this whole thing downstate before it's all over in that barn, because that had no assembly permit
Ooh,
on it.
no, what
There was
permit?
no permit of assembly
Ooh,
in that building.
75 people went
the
through.
collapse, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be expensive for somebody.
So I think we should put it on our to-do list as a select board to look into that. And I'm not sure if it would take a warrant article or not. I just don't know enough about what would be involved. Politically, it might be a climb.
To have us oversee building permits, is that what you're?
To have some type of building application process, not that we're gonna say yes or no, but so that we know when
just so
people are
we're
going to
aware?
build, and we can, it would be an opportunity to also let them know that they were required to follow state building regs.
More of an awareness type of thing.
Yes,
Paul Devino, 511 Simons Road. Um, politically, may want to title that a building notification instead of a permit or application.
thank you. I was blanking on a good term.
Yes, because we talked about this a year or two ago and people started coming out of the woodwork saying, this sounds an awful lot like zoning. We've already voted that down and.
So the fire chief knows where you're
Yeah,
at and
yeah.
can get to you and, right, I mean.
And driveway permits and just,
That's right.
and an opportunity, like, you know, in this hazard mitigation plan, it talked about letting people know what the requirements are, especially if they're in a floodplain. So it'd
Right.
be that opportunity
Right,
we could have.
and it matches up to our mitigation plan, yes.
Exactly. So
It just helps.
we can put that on our to-do list for the,
Just
looking into
helps them
that.
out. And they did state that it was the responsibility of this venue to get that permit. It's not the responsibility of the fire chief to go out and do it. You know, and that's where that's gonna go really bad, really quick. But,
Yeah.
yeah,
and I noticed they have the municipal building here as a cooling station. And of course, what was going through my mind is we don't have any AC. And then at the end, it says we need to add AC, which I don't think is as trivial as it sounds
It is not.
in this building.
yeah, I don't.
I mean,
yeah.
those,
Yeah, those are like the projections as to what we would like to kind of do, and then unfortunately, some of them just keep moving on
Right.
and never get done, but.
so my
we had
question is, every
mentioned-
time they talk about this building being a cooling and a warming center, should we say the cooling is pending?
That's what it says, kind of.
Well,
That's what
till the
plan
end.
has, but.
I
it would be
can
nice
just
to-
make it in my comments and she can
It
decide
would
what
be
we'll.
nice to address it, you know, I mean, you know, maybe
Yep.
maybe there's some money out there somewhere to do some HVAC work in the building and,
We need an air handling system
yeah,
first.
exactly, yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
I don't know about those mini splits, whether,
And I think we need to have someone come in and look at it and give us an idea of what's needed.
yeah,
Some kind of a.
another to-do list for the select board. Actually, I'm excited because I feel like this past year we didn't move forward on anything. We just finished up old things and now I feel like we can move forward on things and
Don't know if you don't ask, right? I mean, yeah, exactly.
there were some things I didn't know if they'd been done, like didn't we redeck the bridges?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then did we complete the Miller Road culvert replacement? No, okay. And then there was talk about another culvert and it didn't say where it was, but then later on it mentioned that it sounded like the same thing and it was Harriman Road. Is that?
There's one on Harriman
So
as
it's
well.
so it's the same one in both
No,
places?
there's one on Miller.
Miller and Harriman.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's a
okay.
there's one on Miller and there's one on, it's two separate culverts.
Right, right.
Yes.
But like on page 86, those are two separate items,
Yep,
but the second one didn't say where that culvert was. But the description matched it down on page 95 where it was labeled as Harriman Road.
gotcha.
So there's not another one, right?
It's the big one on Harriman and then the one on Miller, I believe, by the.
There's a
bridge
big
there.
one on Harriman
Okay.
and a big one on Miller.
Okay, okay,
And those are pending.
yeah. And the Cushman Brook and Briggs Road culvert, we haven't done anything with yet, right?
I don't believe so.
We won't do anything with that.
Okay. And of course, we have the generator at the highway department now.
Yes, but it's not hooked up yet.
Oh,
It's not
Okay.
functioning.
There's no fuel. It's not completely hooked up yet, so we need a propane tank and it needs to be
okay,
connected.
okay.
So that's on the spring agenda for the highway department.
And I did see, it looks like we're getting some power generation from the solar panels,
Solar panels are generating. Yes, they are.
so that's good.
And we can see it. So,
Good. Yeah, I saw it on the.
Yeah.
Came through yesterday and today. The Genesis system, I thought it was expensive to add cell phones to that. Or is that a different system?
we don't have the Genesis system. We don't have any pushed out reporting system or push out notification system.
Okay. Okay,
A lot of that stuff was still listed as a possibility, but probably isn't gonna happen.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
$3,000 a
Yeah.
year or something like that.
yeah, I remember being
So-
expensive. Okay, so I will write up my notes and get them to her.
Okay.
Okay, do we have any other things on that?
I think it's pretty. That done.
She does a good job.
What's that?
She does a good job.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, if we didn't have her,
She
Yeah.
does
Oh.
everyone in the whole entire,
Yeah.
pretty much, so, yeah, she's
yeah,
been doing them forever. Her son is actually working with her, and I think will be taking over. So it
oh,
should,
that's
it
good.
should continue, which would be good.
Yeah, no, as we've gone through this process, I've been so thankful that they're doing it. And she knows what she's doing
Yeah.
and
The right questions to ask. the
did a great
follow-ups.
job.
Yeah.
When this is all done, it has to be approved by FEMA, and that's where the problems come in. And she knows how to get it so it is what they will approve. You try to write it yourself and it's just impossible to get it through.
Yeah,
Yeah. She knows yeah, this is different. Yeah, no, this is different. You don't even want to get involved in it. That's why
Yeah.
we use her.
money well spent. And we got a
Yeah.
grant for it.
And yeah, it's a grant anyway, so,
Yep,
yep, so you can't beat that.
yep,
No, it's great.
okay. So I know we have a non-public. Do we have anything else other than that?
I've got some meeting minutes. The Conservation Commission sent a letter of interest for John Swan. He wants to become just a regular member on the Conservation Commission. That's all I have. That and meeting minutes besides a couple non-publics.
Okay, I don't think I saw that.
She just sent it to me.
Okay. Do you want to act on that now, or do you want to wait for a regular meeting?
It doesn't matter.
Hmm?
It doesn't matter. Is that just something that we say yes or no, he's a member?
Yep,
Whatever you want to do.
so, yeah. What typically happens is, they recommend somebody, and then the select board has to say yes or no. In their procedure, they require somebody to go to at least 2 meetings before they will recommend them.
I think he's been to a couple meetings.
I think he's been to more than that, yes. Yep,
Yeah.
So do you guys want to vote on that today?
That's fine if you want to.
sure. You want to make a motion?
Make a motion, we appoint John Swan as a member of the Conservation Commission.
I'll second that. All in favor? Aye.
The other things I have are non-public.
Okay. How about minutes?
Oh, you want to do the minutes? Sure.
Sure, we can do those quickly.
Yep.
I think. We do some out ahead of time, right? These.
I did. There's the regular minutes and then we
You
have.
get a chance to
the
look at these. Are you getting your emails now?
look at them, they look good, so.
Okay.
I make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes from March 16th, the regular meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No,
Non-publics from March 16th.
It actually starts on the other page and you can see although that's the verbiage. This is a standard format we use for non-public sessions to make sure we are following the A91A. And make a motion that we approve the non-public session number 1 and number 2 minutes from March 16th.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anything else?
Nope.
I make a motion that we go into non-public session for personnel
Second.
We also have a legal.
and
Non-public.
legal, okay? That's right. All in favor? Aye. And for the personnel, we want Ron in there, right? And
Yes.
Yep.
Let's see if forms in there for you.
Can you close that door for me, please?
I-
Thank you.
Don't know. Yeah.
Zoom off and disconnected.
We're going into non-public.
Yeah.
Pausing for non-public. Okay.
Okay, so we are back in public session, in a working session. I make a motion that we seal the minutes for non-public session number 3.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And we don't need to seal the others, I don't believe.
I don't think so either.
Okay. The one thing we want to deal with while we're in public session is we have all reviewed the draft position description for the transfer station manager. And Warren had a good suggestion, so we're adding a bullet under the first bullet we're adding a bullet that reads, responsible for cleanliness, maintenance, repair, and organization of the facility and surrounding grounds. With that change, I make a motion that we accept the position description for the transfer station.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, I'm gonna send this to you now so that you'll have it to go with the offer letter.
Okay.
Any other business?
No,
Gonna make a motion to adjourn?
make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second that. All in favor? Aye. Okay.
Meeting adjourned. Good night.